Hello dear friends, welcome back for today's video lecture. Today we are going to deal with the same topic, that is the moment distribution method, and today we are going to take a continuous beam with a overhang about point C on the right hand part of the C. So this is what is a beam given. The loads and the individual spans are being given. It is been imposed with 2 point loads and one moment about one couple about point this one which has certain eccentricity. We know whenever we are going to come across a continuous beam, and when it comes to the analysis by the moment distribution method, in that case the very first job is to find out the fixed end moments, for which we are going to consider an individual span AB, then BC, and then the last CD, which is to be treated individually in this particular sort of the analysis. So let us talk about AB and BC initially, and let us understand what is to be done with the ABBC span. So first job is to find out the fixed end moment. This forms first span forms a standard case with a point load with an eccentricity. So we know the standard formulation for that. So putting appropriate value for the loads and the spans, we get a fixed end moment about point A, that is equal to minus 11.25, minus because it is anti-clockwise. Accordingly, we are going to put the values of the various parameters into these formulas, and we got the fixed end moment MBA, MBC, and MCB. After finishing with the very first thing, the second thing we know what is to be done. We are going to focus about a joint where few members are meeting. So this is what is the first joint we are going to take into account, where two members are meeting, BA and BC, for which we have to find out the distribution factor. Is it okay? So about joint B, there are two members meeting. For that individual member, I have to find out the relative stiffness. So K1 is the relative stiffness for BA, that is equal to I by L. Why I by L it is to be taken? Because far end is a fixed. Is it okay? Now after putting the value of I and the individual span for the first part of a beam AB, I got I by 4 is equal to 0.25. So K1 is equal to 0.25. Same is done with the another part of a beam, that is BC. So K2 is the relative stiffness for span BC, which is equal to 3 by 4 I by L. Why it is to be taken as 3 by 4? Because far end, that is C, is a simple support. So that's why it is to be taken as a relative stiffness 3 by 4 I by L. So putting the appropriate value of the moment of inertia and the length, we get K2 again equal to 0.25 I. Next is the total relative stiffness about point B, and that is nothing but it will be K1 plus K2. So substituting the value, ultimately we got algebraic summation of total relative stiffness is equal to 0.5 I. And the last job for this particular step is to find out the distribution factor, which is nothing but it is the ratio of relative stiffness of an individual member divided by total stiffness about that particular point. So first member is BA, its individual relative stiffness is 0.25 I, and the summation of K is equal to 0.5. Putting those values, we got distribution factor for BA is equal to 0.5, and similarly for BC 0.25 divided by 0.5 is equal to, again it is coming out to be equal to 5. As I have told you earlier, that whenever we are going to focus about a particular joint in this moment distribution method, the total distribution factor acting about this point has to be always equal to 1. So if I do the summation of these two values, 0.5 plus 0.5, it is coming out to be equal to 1, that is unity. So this is one characteristic about this distribution factor. Now after finding out the fixed end moments and the distribution factor, the next thing which we have to perform with this particular is to what we distribute the moments which are unequal about that particular joint. But prior to that, in this case we know here there is a overhang. Let us see what is to be done with this overhanging part. So here already we have found out the value of fixed end moment for AB, BA, BC and CB. Still this part CD is yet remaining. So let us draw a free body diagram of that particular joint C. So here you can see CD and CB is the are the two members which are meeting about this particular point C. Now focusing on the right hand part of this particular figure, that is CD member, if I take a moment about point C, so what is the action? Action is force into perpendicular distance, that is 5 into 1. So the action due to this point load which has the eccentricity of 1 is to induce a clockwise moment into this particular part of this CD about point C. So clockwise moment 5 into 1 is been found out in this particular first step. So this is what is the, what we can say, minus 5. In this case the sign convention is taken as minus 5. Is it okay? So here for this part CD, why it is to be taken as minus? If the action is clockwise, anti-clockwise reaction will be there. Is it okay? So action was 5 into 1. So reaction is the otherwise direction of that particular thing. So here we can see MCD, it's not AD, it's CD is equal to minus 5. Is it okay? So after finding out all these various fixed moments and the overhanging moment, will substitute in this particular figure one by one. So first is the placement of the distribution factor. Here B is the joint where two members are meeting. So here I have shown 0.5 and 0.5. Next to that is to enumerating all the fixed moments. So here you can see AB is 11.25, BC plus 3.75, BA is 3.75, BC is 0 and plus 6.67 is MCB. And as far as the overhanging moment or overhanging reaction is concerned, that is shown here minus 5. Is it okay? So this is what is the placement of the various fixed moment about an individual joint. So A, B and C, all the fixed moment about those joints are been shown. One more thing, we have to focus on this particular joint C. After taking the effect of overhanging and placing it with the reaction on this, so this MCD is equal to minus 5 and MCB is equal to plus 6.65. Is it okay? So here we can see some difference is going to happen, so that we are going to discuss afterwards what is to be done. So initially we know this C point is a simple support, about that the bending moment has to be equal to 0, and bending moment about point C, for making that equal to 0, let us focus on this MCB. Will nullify the effect of the bending moment one by one. So here for fixed moment about point C for CB is equal to plus 6.67. So for making this as 0, I have to add minus 6.67. So I have added minus 6.67, and we know what is to be done with the half of that, that is to be taken carry forward toward the far end. So this divided by 2 minus, we are getting minus 3.33. So this is what how we have made the moment for CB is equal to 0. Is it okay? So here MCB for this continuous beam ABC has been made equal to 0 about point C, but still the effect of the overhanging is present. Here you can see, in order to nullify this effect, we know what is to be done. So minus 5 is the anticlockwise couple acting as a reaction due to overhang on the part of CD. So plus 5 and is to be added so that it will become equal to 0. So total unbalanced moment about point C has ultimately come down to equal to 0. So this was already made equal to 0. Plus 5 minus 5 will come down to equal to 0. So this is how we have treated the simple support carrying one overhang on the right hand side of point C. Is it okay? So here you can see very intelligently we have nullified the moment occurring about this particular point C. At the same time we have taken into account the effect of the overhang. So whenever we will be coming across a overhanging part, in that case this is what is the thing to be done. So first what we did, we have nullified the effect of MCB. So plus 6.67 minus 6.67 equal to 0, and half of this has been transferred on the far end. So minus 3.33 about point B. As far as this is concerned, MCD equal to how much it is? Minus 5. So to nullify that effect, plus 5 is to be added. Is it okay? So as we have added a plus 5, so again same treatment is to be done what we had for the earlier moment, that is half of this is to be transferred to the far end. Is it okay? So if you focus on this particular now, the total resultant moment about this point is equal to 0 along with the effect of the overhang. So this is what is the important parameter or the step which is to be adopted when we come across a overhanging part in a continuous beam, and that too this is to be adopted when we are dealing with the moment distribution method. Now let us see what are the total moment occurring about that particular joint. So here minus 11.25 as it is, there is no any carryover on this particular part, so as it is, it has been taken. On this left hand of B, plus 3.75 as it is. As far as right hand part of B is concerned, there are three moments occurring which are carried over from the far end of C. Is it okay? So here 0 was already, it was equal to 0. Carried over moment is minus 3.33 for nullifying the effect of C, and another is 2. Plus 2.5. Is it okay? So if I do the algebraic summation of all these moment here, so ultimately I get minus 0.84. Is it okay? And here this plus this is equal to 0 plus 5, that is equal to 5. So minus 5 and plus 5 is equal to 0. Is it okay? So these are the total moment occurring right now about joint A, B and C. Now as far as the joints are concerned, as I have told you, we have to do the moment distribution about a joint where there is ununiformity about the moment for the left and the right hand part of that particular junction. Is it okay? So here as far as C point is concerned, here you can see on the left plus 5, on the right it is minus 5. So it means no any moment distribution is to be done for this particular point C, and already it is a simple support, so there occurs a 0 moments, and it has been shown here. So as far as B point is concerned, there you can see the difference between the moment. On the left part, that is BA it is plus 3.75, and for BC it is minus 0.84, whereas these two values has to be always equal to 0, then only joint B will be in the equilibrium. So let us try to make that joint B in the equilibrium condition. Is it okay? So we have to do the moment distribution about joint B. Is it okay? So let us start with the moment distribution. So distribution of moment takes this way: algebraic difference of these two, or in this case algebraic summation of these two, plus 3.75 minus 0.84 multiplied by negative of distribution factor for that part of the beam. Is it okay? So here is the answer for this, that is plus 3.75 minus 0.84 into negative of distribution factor, that comes out to be equal to minus 1.45. Same is the case to be done for the right hand part of the B. So again algebraic summation of these two unbalanced moment multiplied by minus of distribution factor on that side of B. Is it okay? So this is what, again we are getting the same value. Is it okay? Why it is so? Because the distribution factor is same on both the sides. So we have done the distribution of the moment. Now after doing the distribution of moment, as we have done the distribution of moment about joint B, so those moments are to be half transferred to the far end. Is it okay? So that is what we call it as a carrying over of the moment. So here I did a moment distribution, half of that is to be carried over on the far end. Is it okay? Now as far as the far ends are concerned, for B, A is fix, and for B far end is C, which is hinge. So no distribution will be taking place towards joint C because it is simple, but obviously there will be a carrying over of the moment which is already distributed amongst joint B toward the end A. Is it okay? So here let us do the carrying over of the moment. Is it okay? So half of that is to be transferred to the far end. So you can see here half is been transferred to joint A, but nothing has been transferred to joint C. Why? This is simple and this is fixed support. Is it okay? So this is what is the moment distribution we had about joint B. Now looking at these two values, as they are same, which was our earlier basic notion that this moments has to be equal to 0 about point B for the left hand part of B as well as for the right hand part of B, and this has come equal to the same value. Is it okay? That signifies that no more moment distribution is required, and once we conclude no more moment distribution is required, we can do the algebraic summation to find out the final moment. So doing the algebraic summation here, I got the final moment minus 11.97. Doing the algebraic summation of the moments about this point, plus 3.75 minus 1.45 comes out to be equal to plus 2.3. Same is the case with the right hand part of B, minus 0.84 minus 1.45 comes out to be minus 2.3. Is it okay? And as far as this part is C is concerned, only one moment was remaining here, that is 5 as it is. On the right hand part of C is concerned, only one moment is remaining, that is minus 5. So this is how you can observe about a junction. About a junction B, left hand moment or BA moment is equal to BC moment. If I do the difference of these two or algebraic summation of these two, the value here comes out to be equal to 0. That signifies B is in the equilibrium condition. Is it okay? So this is how we have to do the various procedures one by one. So first is to find out the friction moment, then is to find out the distribution factor, then plot that table, put all the values of the friction moment and the distribution factor, and identify where the distribution of the moment is required. And once we do the distribution, the next is to do the carryover of the moment which are already distributed, and that is how when these two values comes out to be equal to 0 or merge towards 0, these two are coming out to be equal to 0 or they are merging towards 0 in the consecutive what we can say iteration. So that is the time where we should understand we have to stop the iteration. Is it okay? So here this is what is the solution for finding out the final moment. After this we know what we have to do. Whatever final moment we have got, that are to be plotted in a diagram which is called as final moment diagram. So here you can see I have plotted the ordinates of the various bending moment about an individual joint, and there I have drawn this particular diagram. Next is a free bending moment diagram. So considering an individual span as a simply supported beam and taking the maximum bending moment about that particular joint or that particular point and plotting this, we get a free bending moment diagram. And ultimately we know what is to be done. We have to superimpose those two diagrams, and after superimposition, whatever difference between these two will be always equal to the resultant moment occurring about that point. And already I have told you this red line will be treated as a new axis which is called as a neutral axis, where bending moment will be equal to 0. Below that are negative and above that are positive. So this is what is a resultant positive about the near about the mid span. Is it okay? Same is the case with the second and the third span. So this is what is the what we can say solution for finding out the bending moment diagram. So here in this particular case, our objective was to find out the bending moment diagram and also to find out the shear force diagram. And to find out the shear force diagram, the another important job which is to be performed here is to find out the reactions at A, B and a C joint. Is it okay? So this is what is the sequence of analysis of any sort of a problem by the moment distribution method. Now let us see how we can find out the reactions. So as I have told you in the earlier videos also, that whenever we have to find out the reactions for the continuous beam, in that case we'll be taking an individual span one by one. So first I have taken AB and then I have taken the remaining part of the beam. Is it okay? So let us focus on the first so that we can find out the reactions. So this is the first free body diagram of first span AB. Now I know that has to be already in the equilibrium. I have shown all the active and reactive forces on this, including the final moment occurring about that individual joint, and then I have selected one point, either A or either B, where I have to take a moment. So I have taken a moment here about equal to A point, and that is equal to 0. This is one of the equilibrium condition. Is it okay? So after simplifying this equilibrium condition, I got RB is equal to 17.42. Similarly, consider the another part remaining, that is BCD, and select a point. Again I have shown all the active and reactive forces, including the final moment occurred, and I have selected B point where I have to observe the equilibrium condition. So taking moment about point B and simplifying that, I got a value of RB is equal to 12.57. So this is how we have found out all the unknowns present into this particular continuous beam, and also we have taken into account the overhanging part of this particular continuous beam. So this is what is the solution, and after getting the values of the reactions, we know rest of the part is simple to plot a shear force diagram. So I hope you all are getting how the analysis of the continuous beam is to be done by the moment distribution method. So I hope you got all this. In the next time we'll be definitely dealing with another interesting topic, in which we'll be dealing with the beam with the sinking of support to be analyzed by the moment distribution method. So this is what we have for today. Thank you very much for watching this video.